Hey! What's going on, my fellow adventurous photographers? This one is for you because you really have to venture out to get that awesome vantage spot so you don't set anything on fire. And as the name suggests, and as the title suggests, I'm talking about still wall photography. This is how I've done it and what my photos have turned out to be like. Enjoy! So the things you need are obviously the basics, the camera, a tripod and a remote control to control your camera wirelessly. Need some steel wool, the very fine grade. I found the coarser you go, the less time you have to spin your device around, so I recommend very fine. Whisk, lighter, and some string. Also, you may want to bring a flash along with you, but that's up to you because you don't really need it, as the device you're spinning around the steel wool, it will illuminate your environment pretty well. So for one of my photos, I don't have the flash going off, but the rest of them I do. Alright, so once you've got all your vantage spots and resources, you simply get your camera on your tripod and set up your light if you did bring it. Now put your camera on manual mode, and if this is your first time putting into manual mode, don't be afraid. I'll give you some suggestions to go by. And just take into consideration that we'll probably be at different locations. Well, I'm guessing we will be. So your settings may vary. So the suggested settings are a 20-second shutter speed, a f-stop of 8 and a ISO of 800. Also, you actually need a 2-second timer delay on your camera. Now take a test shot to see if the photo is to what you're going for. Also, if you did bring a flash along with you, adjust it to your liking with your test shot. Okay, so once you're happy with your test shot, get your spinning device ready with some string attached to your whisk. I also added a little loop to go around my wrist, just for some security, so it doesn't fucking fly off and kill someone. Now just connect your remote to your camera. I forgot to mention you actually may not need to buy a remote because I personally use a iPhone to connect to my Sony a7R Mark II. As you can see here. Hey! Yeah. Now get into position. Get a handful of steel wool and just stuff it into the whisk. Simply like that. And if you did the loop like me, put it around your wrist. Press the capture button on your iPhone or your remote. Set this on fire. So that 2 seconds delay will give you a bit of time trying to set this on fire. And now simply just start spinning it around. You just almost hit the TV, so don't want to do that. And just try to think outside the box, so just mix up your techniques, like spinning in different directions, like whoa! Yeah, no. What was I even saying? Yeah, different techniques. So get 2 of them and then start spinning them in 2 different directions. And just also don't just stay in one spot, try moving back, forth, around, jumping upside down, whatever you want. Not really sure how you jump upside down. Jump upside down. I pretty much meant a backflip, but if you can't do a backflip, just fucking work it out. So amazingly, this one was actually my first photo, so I was actually pretty proud of this one. But it was just a little bit boring as I was just in one spot. Did look good, don't get me wrong, but I do have my other favorites that you will see in a second. So now I just started to actually move down the wharf and starting to spin in different directions and all different ways. In this one you can actually see that I was swinging it and it hit the wharf pole. Did look cool in the video, but I reckon it did ruin the photo. I'm all about that OCD. Perfect circles. So a few times the spinning device did actually stop flying sparks everywhere, but the steel wool was actually still illuminated. So you can use that to your advantage and draw patterns while the shutter is still open. You can also do this just after you light the steel wool on fire. Just move it real slowly and draw your pattern and then start spinning. So you see I use this in my Wharf photo, but I do actually have a better example of it in this tunnel I went to, which will be viewed further into this video. So stick around. Okay, now to show you my two favorite shots that I took at the Wharf, and here they are. So the settings I used for this photo was the no flash, shutter, 10 seconds, f-stop, 8, and an ISO of 1600. The settings I used for this photo are I used a flash, the shutter 20 seconds, f-stop of 8, and an ISO of 800. So because I was real happy with these shots, I really wanted to try it again, and I travelled to this... Whoa, my light turned off. Dog. There she is. What was I saying? So yeah, I did travel to this tunnel, even though it was in the afternoon, because it was so long, it was pitch black and I was actually freaking out, but I did manage to produce some photos, which was good. So I did struggle to get that shot I was after. It was just, well, pretty much these two photos explain it all. The sparks, the circle, just too much for me, so I wanted to see like some of the tunnel and the sparks at the end. So it did take a few shots to finally get this perfect photo, which you can see now. And this is the photo I was talking about before. The settings used are flash, yes, a shutter of 30 seconds, f-stop 8, and an ISO of 800.
This is not scary at all. Can't see shit with that light shining on my face. I'm actually shooting my hands.
So as you just saw, it got dark outside, so it was just even more scary because I can't see light at the end of the tunnel. That seemed a bit dark. So I just wanted to get out of there because I felt like I was going to get stabbed by a ghost or some shit. So just wanted to go out the front of the tunnel to get a few cool shots. So this is the one I tried to use the double whisk, but I feel it didn't work as I wanted to because the tunnel was big, but when I was doing that, it just I wanted to see two perfect round circles where you obviously didn't, and just sparks again are bombarding the photo. So in this photo I was trying to get the sparks bouncing off of the rocks, but it feels like I wasn't in a high enough vantage spot to get the falling sparks bouncing off the rocks. But it didn't help with me spinning my first steel wool device, setting my second steel wool device that was set up on the ground on fire, and as you can see, didn't want to waste it, so I just had to spin them around, and that's why this photo was bombarded with all those sparks, because two steel wool devices had to be spun. To get that sparks bouncing off the rocks photo, I had to get a higher vantage spot like I was saying before. So I went to the top of the tunnel and here it is. But that one's just a practice. Here's the real deal. This bad boy, the flash went off, shutter of 30 seconds, f-stop of 8.0, and an ISO of 800. So I got what I wanted. I do love the photo, but it's not the golden waterfall. This is. So the settings for this is I used a flash, ISO 100, a shutter of 20 seconds, and an f-stop of 2.8. Thanks for watching, guys. If you like the video, give it a thumbs up and subscribe if you want. And if you don't, that's okay too. But no, if you didn't like the video, please leave a comment below and let me know how to improve my future videos. Thanks. See ya. Note to self, note to self, note to self, note to self. Oh, excuse me.